I'm really pumped to introduce you to the OpenCV Crash Course that would cover several fundamental concepts in computer vision and just help you get started with computer vision and allow you to do several projects subsequently. So I'm super excited because this course is particularly different from all of the courses that exist on YouTube or anywhere else. There's a lot of good quality OpenCV crash courses, tutorial series that are available online, and you can go ahead and follow those. But what I have tried by means of this video series or this crash course is that I have tried to make it as engaging and as gamified as I possibly could. So the entire course is structured in the form of a story or a game, and there's a plot underlying the story, and the story is conveyed by means of an AI moderator. I've used several AI tools such as Midjourney, DID, Stable Diffusion, and a lot of others. I've also taken help from ChatGPT to come up with the storyline because I could personally not come up with a really engaging story, but I've taken help from ChatGPT to write a storyline, and based on the storyline you would get to actually use several OpenCV commands, learn computer vision in a story-based setting. And I'm super excited to present this course to you. And the course is structured in several chapters, and each of the chapters is basically a follow-up from the previous chapter, and the storyline would connect all of the chapters. So that is pretty amazing, and I'm also pretty charged because I've had this idea of making a really engaging course, but I could not do this because it takes a lot of time and effort. But thanks to the new AI tools such as ChatGPT and the new generative models that are coming, this is now possible to realize all of these crazy ideas, and so I hope you really enjoy this course. And since this is something new that I'm trying, I'm also looking forward to your feedback in the comments below, whether this is something that is helpful to you or do you really find it engaging or not. So let's get started.
Get ready to embark on an epic adventure into the fascinating world of robotics and AI. My name is Anna, your highly advanced AI avatar moderator, designed to provide you with an engaging experience as you learn about this rapidly evolving field. I am thrilled to welcome you to this comprehensive course, OpenCV Using Python Crash Course, that covers everything you need to know about OpenCV. This course is beyond an ordinary course. It's a journey filled with hands-on programming activities, engaging storylines, and gamified learning experiences. As we embark on this journey together, I promise to take you on a storyline-driven adventure filled with thrilling challenges and immersive experiences. This course is not just a typical lecture, it's been gamified to make your learning journey both entertaining and educational. I am passionate about making learning fun, efficient, and systematic, and I'm confident that this course will do just that. The course is structured into several chapters, each covering a specific aspect of OpenCV and providing a hands-on, project-oriented approach to learning. It is specifically designed for those with no prior knowledge of computer vision and aims to provide you with a strong foundation in using OpenCV using Python. So, buckle up, and let's dive into the world of OpenCV using Python together. I can't wait to share my passion and expertise with you and take you on a journey through this exciting and ever-evolving field. Are you ready for this adventure? Chapter 1: The Mysterious Map. You are a curious explorer with a passion for programming and a knack for solving puzzles. One fine day, you get a strange call from your good old friend and archaeologist, Jack. And let me tell you something about Jack. This dude is always getting into some wild stuff. He's just discovered an ancient map that holds the key to unlocking a powerful secret, or at least he believes so. But the map is available in multiple scattered pieces, and the pieces are torn, unclear, blurry, and improperly aligned. But if you have to know one thing about Jack, it is that Jack gets very excited about ancient stuff. But in general, he can be quite clumpy. Jack just does his best to align the images and grabs a photo ineptly. And who does he turn to make sense of this clutter of random old pieces of paper? Yours truly, the curious explorer with mad programming skills. At first, you find that boring. You don't see how these archaic, random pieces of paper could make any sense. But Jack convinces you that these pieces hold the power to unlock something greater. You don't care too much about the pieces, but you are excited to get hold of some computer vision after a long while. So you grab your trusty tool, OpenCV, and set out to decipher the clues hidden in a bunch of mysterious images. These images are like a hot mess, but with your skills in Python programming and image processing, you're able to shed some light on the clues. You use all sorts of crazy techniques, like translation, rotation, resizing, flipping, and cropping to bring the clues into focus. Alrighty, let's get started.
Alright, let me introduce you to the OpenCV Crash Course notebook that we'll be using throughout the course. And the course is very modular. It's divided into several chapters, and each of the chapters is broken down into several activities, which are further subdivided into tasks or sub-activities. So in this particular video, we'll be covering chapter 1 in particular, and chapter 1 is a foundational chapter in the sense that you do not require any prerequisite knowledge in computer vision or image processing, and it is designed for absolute beginners, and you can just start doing the activities in a very practical manner. And that is another point that I would like to share, is that the course is very practical. It has 80% of the course is basically programming activities that you would actually be doing on your own, and 20% of the course is theory. So it's 80% practice and 20% theory, and this is, I think, how these fields like computer vision, machine learning, and robotics should be learned. A primary focus of these courses should be on practical implementation, and which is what I've tried to do by means of this course. So as I mentioned, the focus of this particular video would be on chapter 1, which is the foundational chapter, and this chapter is broken down into 6 specific activities, which are namely understanding images, drawing lines, getting and setting pixels, cropping images, defining a region of interest, and image transformations. So here you'd be learning what an image is, what we actually mean by an image, what a computer understands by an image, how a computer stores an image, what do we mean by drawing lines, how is a line drawn on an image conceptually, but also implementing it using OpenCV. How do we get and set specific pixels on an image? How do we crop images? And you'd be learning how to do that using OpenCV. How do you draw region of interest or specific shapes such as circles, ellipses, rectangles, and so on? How do you perform image transformations such as translation, rotation, and flipping? So you'll be learning all of the foundational concepts in this chapter, and the concepts in the next chapters, the subsequent chapters, would build up on this foundational understanding. So as I mentioned, the course is very modular, and each of the activity is broken down into sub-activities or tasks, and for each of the tasks and for the entire activity, basically you need to learn some fundamental concepts, without which it would be a bit difficult to solve the task. So we'll be covering only the concepts that you require to solve the particular activity. So for activity 1, for example, this is a graph that you see, and this graph is basically representative of the fundamental concepts that you would need to know in image processing or computer vision, and the concepts that you would require to know in order to solve the activity. So let me explain how the concept graph is structured. So the concept graph is structured in the form of nodes and arrows, or nodes and links, and each of the nodes points to um, one of the concepts. Like, for example, what is the digital image, what is the pixel, what is RGB color model, how is an image represented, and so on. And the links that you see basically points to the relationship between the nodes. So for example, this particular concept, what is a pixel, relies on another foundational concept called what is a digital image. So you would need to do this particular concept, what is a digital image, first, and then you can move on to what is a pixel, and then after that you can go about doing the next nodes and learning the next concepts. So for example, image representation as a concept node relies on several other foundational concepts, without which it would be slightly difficult for you to understand the concept, because it relies on some prerequisite concepts. It requires you to understand some more foundational concepts. So this is how we probably learn, by means of connecting knowledge blocks. And the best way that we learn is if we connect new pieces of information to our own knowledge base, or our own understanding of different ideas. And if you connect new ideas to your existing ideas, that way you remember concepts longer, because our brain learns by connection. This is how our neural networks operate. So this is what I have tried to also capture by means of these concept nodes. And then I've also shared some fundamental concepts that you might need, and you do not need to actually go through these. But if you are not familiar with Conda, Git, or some of the basic tools, you could just quickly watch some of the videos, or check some of the resources that I've shared, and these can fill some of the gaps in your knowledge. And these concepts and these fundamental ideas are basically all you need to do this particular activity. And then then I'd introduce you to the tasks, each of the specific tasks that you need to do for the particular activity, and then you'll be given some time to actually do the activities or do the several tasks on your own. And once you have done all the tasks for one particular activity by yourself, once you've spent enough time trying to solve it on your own, you can then refer to the solution, which I'll also provide in this video. So the idea is, you understand the task, you listen to my explanation where I talk about the task, then you pause the video, and then you do the tasks yourself, and then you check the solution and see is your implementation different from the solution that is shared. And after that, there is just a small self-assessment activity that you would do, just to check your own level of understanding and whether or not you have actually deeply understood the concepts in this particular activity, after having the time to apply those activities as well.